Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So it is 10:47. I am from work and I wanted to do this video before I go to sleep. So today I'm going to be showing you 3 pairs, and the last one is going to be a setup on USD a future setup. Okay, it's going to be a setup that you guys are going to be looking out to trade in the coming days, especially I think tomorrow, or if it doesn't do tomorrow, then probably next week. And the other 2 pairs, I'm going to be talking about the setups that I've been sharing here almost every day. This setup, I think I shared it on Monday, and today is when, I think yesterday or today morning is when it played out, and it has been moving out so well. So I'm going to be sharing it such that we can do a review. Also, the other one I shared this week, and it has also played out well. And also we have NZDJPY. It gave a good reaction after that break of structure. So we shall go through them, and then the last one will be the pair that you guys are going to be trading today, tomorrow, or probably next week. But I think tomorrow. This is the USDHF pair. So without all that, let's go straight to the charts. But before you guys are subscribing to the channel, we agreed I give you premium content. In return, you guys subscribe to the channel such that we can make it grow further. So subscribe to the channel, and then we shall proceed with the video. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. So far we are still at 470. So you subscribe, and then we proceed. Okay, let's proceed guys with the video. So this is just the chef, but I will not start with that one. I'm going to end with that one because it is the one that has the trade I'm talking about. So let me start with NZDJPY, the trade that has happened on NZDJPY. So this has been a trade on the 4-hour, and it has been a straightforward trade, the ones I always talk about every day. So now this is the daily time frame, guys. I want you to observe this very well. This is the daily time frame, and once you understand how to read the charts, then everything that you do about trading is going to be easy and simple, or it's going to be simplified. So this is the daily time frame and the DJPY. Of course, my chart is stretched. Let me just do it like this, but if I make it like that, then it's not going to be clear. And I also advise that you get a computer or a laptop, or you don't use a screen that is meant for TV. Use a screen that is meant for monitor. Okay, probably the ones that they sell for basically CPUs. Okay, let's proceed. So this is NZDJPY, and this is the daily time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, you see that it is a bullish market, hyper bullish market, like it was going up. When I try to draw my trend lines, you can see that wherever I put the trend line, it points to the upside, like that. So this one is invalid. We can remove it, remain with this one. So what we can do is just correct it, put another trend line here, like this. So let's remove the inner trend line, remain with the outer. So when you look at this market, what do you see? You see that price has been going up at a faster rate. However, when it reached the daily supply zone, reacted once, reacted twice. And now what is happening is that price is forming a bullish engulfing daily candle, which is engulfing how many? 1, 2, 3 red candles, 1 green candle engulfing all the 3 red candles, which is a good sign that we are bullish. However, that is not the case we are here. The case we are here is of the trade that happened. So how did the trade happen? Good. So it was a bullish market making high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. So when we reached here, we saw our setup being formed. The setup that I told you guys, if you remember very well, something like this, and then we break, then we come to use this area, and then we go high like that. So we leave a demand zone around here and also support and resistance. So you leave a demand zone around this area like this. So support, this is resistance, broken turns into support, leaving a demand zone and breaking this previous high. So now how do we take advantage of that? We wait for price action to come back to this area like this, and then we take price to the previous high. So your ideal entries are going to be like this, and then you target the previous high. So that is 1:3.3, 135 pips, risking only 40. So that is the setup that is formed here. So if you got the line chart, you're going to see it. You see, price makes a high, a low, breaks this high and uses it as support, then goes up, breaking this previous high. When it comes back, it bought again. Price came back at the same area and then bought. When it came back, it bought up to here. When it also came back around here, it has now bought and it is breaking this previous high. So how do you see this setup matching there? Put your resistance, which is this. You see this resistance is this resistance here. This break of structure is this break of structure here. This support, this resistance turns into support here, is this resistance turns into support here. This break of structure up here, breaking this structure, is the break of structure up here. This broke structure up here to go up. So now where does the demand zone lie? The demand zone is at this area. So when price comes back like here, when price comes back here, it taps you in and then goes up. So when price came back, tapped you in and then went up, breaking again this high, leaving a demand zone here. Again it came back, tapped you in and went up. Guys, just master that setup in your head, and then you have solved around 70% of your trading problems. Don't say I didn't give you. Okay, so now let's proceed. Now that I've explained the setup, let's proceed. So what happened is price used this as resistance, broke, turned into support, so leaving a demand zone. However, this one was not clear. I think it used this demand zone here. It was not clear, so this is one you would ignore. After price had gone up to make that high, you waited for it to come back and give you this demand zone. Now this one here, you see that zone? Yes, that is the zone. So you put your entries here and stop losses lightly below, that is 60 pips, and then you target the previous high, which is this is 1:1.3, 80 pips, but you are not going to enter from the daily time frame, though the setup is on the daily time frame. You're going to go to the 4-hour time frame and then get clear entries. So now when you come to the 4-hour, this is how it looks like. You see on the 4-hour, it is a little bit clear. So price is this at resistance, broken, turns into support. Price came back, used that area and went up. However, now this is where the challenge is. There is a rally base rally that price reacted from, and also there is this drop base rally demand zone down here. So if you mark, your zone is going to be very big. However, you might want to mark down here and you'll miss out on the trade. So this is from the daily time frame. That means you're going to consider all this part down here. If you don't consider it, you're doomed. So your target is going to be the previous high, and now price came back after breaking this structure. Price came back, reacted from this rally base rally demand zone, and then it has gone up, hitting your target up here. So that was a trade on NZD JPY. just identify the setup and then trade that setup accordingly. So let's proceed. Let me remove this. We're going to another pair, that is GBP JPY. I think this is a pair I gave you in the previous two videos. It is there, you can check. GBP JPY, this one here. So GBP JPY, I think you can look at the reaction. It has moved 200 pips to the upside. 200 pips to the upside. So GBP JPY, this is it. We had a rally, a base, a rally, GBP JPY, and then we had a clear demand zone here, which we marked. So after we marked it, we went to the 4-hour time frame to refine the zone. So this is the 4-hour time frame where we had our setup that I've been showing you. This is the setup I showed you last week, and now it has happened again. Where I had our setup, this is resistance broken, turns into support with a demand zone, and then makes a higher high. So we put our entries here, and we wait for price action to come back to this area, and then we buy. Price action ranged for some time and then tapped us in and then bought massively. 200 pips, 200 pips guys to the upside. Same setup. Let me go to the line chart. You see, same setup. Support broken, turns into resistance, leaving a demand zone here, and price goes up. So when it comes back, we buy, and then look at what happened. Magic. So guys, just learn these setups, and then you'll solve at least 70% of your trading problems. Okay, let's proceed. So now the one I'm going to show you is a setup that I think it's going to happen on USD Chef. On USD Chef. So the setup is around here. So you see that price was dropping down, then reached here, made a high, and failed to make a low. Then this high that failed to make a low was broken with this trend line that you see here. This trend line was broken. So now what has remained is that this supply zone has not been yet taken out. But if you go to the 4-hour, remember this is the daily demand zone that is in control. So when you go to the 4-hour, what do you see on the 4-hour? I said that price was making lower lows and then turned to higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Then it has made a higher high, and this is the 4-hour. It has broken this structure. So we have two demand zones. This one is the one that initiated the break of structure, this one here, and then we have a rally demand zone around this area. So in order to see it very well, let's go to the 1-hour. So when you come to the 1-hour, it is even more clear. It is more clear, like that. So that is 1-hour, it is drop based rally, but on the 4-hour it is rally based rally. So there's a break of structure, there's a very good engulfing candle move away. So this is an area that I would want to buy from any day. However, we have another zone sitting just below this zone here. So what you do is you're going to buy from this area with 1% of your account, that is 25 pips, and then the first level target is TP1 up here, 44 pips. Then you're going to let it roll to, to up here around 300 pips, that is 338. You're going to swing trade it to 400 pips. After here, you're going to swing trade that one to 400 pips. However, if this zone fails, this is the zone to buy from. So just make sure you can go to the 5 minutes and look for confirmation in that area, then buy. If it fails, then this is the right zone or the only buy zone that is left to buy from. However, I think this one is going to hold for some time. So I think that is all. Just monitor this trade going into tomorrow and next week, and see how it is going to play out. So I think that is all for today. If you've liked something from the video, kindly like it. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. So that is all for now, guys. Bye.